everybody, Mark's from Mark's here, and I've decided, it's midway through, was it October now? Midway through October, another 2 weeks to Halloween. I've decided to make a short video explaining about the Old Boggy Halloween video, face paint videos I've been doing. Now, I'm not really running off a script here, I'm just sort of winging it, so bear with me. A lot of you long-time viewers will know I'm not a politically correct person. I really hate that culture. And what really tipped it over the edge for me was watching all these news articles about comedians being put out of work because certain people don't like their jokes, celebrities, politicians, especially what tipped it over the edge was that Trudeau, French-Canadian guy. They found 20 years ago in his past, he went to a party with blackface. Okay, and that tipped it over the edge. The mere fact that he went out on television apologising for this, which I don't think he should have done. He had no reason to. So it got me thinking that what I'll do, I will do something very similar, although not blackface, but as you know, I've explained about Old Boggy and Papa Lazaru, two characters off the TV that let's very closely resemble a blackface face. So I thought I'd make a few videos with that on my face, just to see what the reaction would be. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not daft. I knew that there would be a backlash, but I had no idea about the severity of it. I figured, because of the Me Too group, the millennials, the crybabies I call them, they're a very small minority. They're a very small portion of the population. Say, for example, 5%. Okay. So the 95% would be okay with it. They'd be figured, it's no big drama, let's get over it. But unfortunately, they make all the noise. Now, what I did, my intention was to make one video. Me having the Old Boggy face paint, one video. That was all I was going to do, and then I was going to go back to normal stuff. And then the backlash came. The racist, you're a bad person, you should be ashamed, how dare you, I'm going to get your channel removed. All this crap. So of course, me, I don't like listening to that sort of stuff, and I'm not about to be pushed around by some little fairies. So I decided to make a second video, and that got roughly the same, maybe a bit more backlash. People demanding that hurt come to me, and guys, about house, saying my house should catch on fire and this kind of thing. So of course I'm not going to be pushed around by the little, again, that group. So I made another, and I made another, and another, purely because of the backlash. And I was amazed, at how far they would go, for one thing, but how, and I mean, don't be wrong, I appreciate all the subscribers who were on my side during most of that. Lost a few, but I had a few very dedicated subscribers who stood up and said, "You're doing good, Mark, don't worry about those people, screw them, they don't know what they're doing." And that's what kept the motivation going. Motivation for me to keep on showing that this 5% of the population who are basically troublemakers, and basically they're sheep. They follow what other people are doing. If somebody's outraged, they feel they must be outraged as well, because basically they can't think for themselves. So the very first video came from showing that the Perot, I've mispronounced his name, I'm sure, that French Canadian that I just mentioned, showing that he was wrong, he was a bit of a fairy, apologising, and basically showing everybody that the world isn't going to come to an end. There isn't a meteor going to hit the earth, tsunamis are not going to wash us away just because some guy on the television, or in this case YouTube, paints his face. And also, you know, that was part of the motivation, and also it coincided with Halloween. So there was a perfectly good explanation. It was Halloween, it's a Halloween face paint. But of course people were so dedicated on the hatred that they would not accept that. So again, that made me carry on, but purely to spite them, you know, because as a YouTuber, I feel, as being me, I feel differently than most other people on the media. Say celeb types or anybody on the telly, I feel different from those. I don't feel the need to be sorry for my actions, unless I generally am sorry, of course. But I don't feel the need to immediately rush out, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend anyone. No, you know, I don't need to do that, and the more people demand that I do, means the more unlikely I am to do it. Anyway, so I'm getting on a bit of a sidetrack here. But basically, you know, for all you people who immediately jumped on the bandwagon, started with the hate, that's why. It was to show that the world isn't going to collapse because somebody painted their face. You know, there are bigger things to worry about, you know, honestly. I mean, the way the country's going, I don't want to get into that tangent there, but I mean, the country's going down the crapper. There are plenty of things to worry about than what some guy does on a YouTube. And then, of course, what people don't seem to understand is, and what a lot of people reminded them, you have the choice. You have the choice not to watch. You know, we all have the freedom of expression, the freedom of to voice our opinions, which I do and you do, but none of us have the right to impose those opinions and force other people to listen. So while I feel that I can speak and say what I want and do what I want, within reason, of course, we should, you know, without breaking any laws or deliberately, you know, you're not forced to listen. And what people don't understand is you have the choice to go elsewhere. Like on your television, turn the channel. Same as on your radio, turn the channel. YouTube's no different. But that's the funny, all the haters, all the people who immediately went out and hated me for what I was doing, even though I explained rationally what I was doing, they still came back. You know, they hated me and what I was doing, but they came back to tell me they hated me and what I was doing. It doesn't make sense. I mean, what kind of mentality is this? You know? So, anyway, I hope I'm not rambling on too much, but that's why I painted my face to coincide with Halloween and the Trudeau bloke. The backlash was way more than I thought. But it's a message to you, the viewers, and any other YouTubers out there. There's going to be backlash in no matter what you do. I mean, Christ almighty, I've done pot noodle reviews and I've had haters on there. How, you know, what does that tell you? But don't be put off, especially I'm talking to YouTubers here, don't be put off by the haters. Do your own thing. There will be people who will complain because they have nothing else to do, and there will be people who follow them because it seems like the thing to do. Anyway, I hope that clears things up. I realise now, after speaking for almost 9.5 minutes now, there are going to be people who are hating on this video. They feel I'm full of crap and not telling the truth, or just maybe I didn't articulate myself as well as I could. But like I say, I'm just winging this. But in short, don't worry about the politically correct lot. Just do what you want to do. And if people hate you, they're gonna hate you, okay? But that's why I did the paint. And to tell you the truth, you know, I was actually, like I say, I was gonna do it for one, but because of the hate, I kept it on going to 6 of them. It's the 15th now. I was actually gonna pack it in and not do it anymore, because I figured, well, you know, I've made my point. But now I'm starting to think, yeah, you know, if I do any more, it's because I want to do some more. It's still Halloween month, and people complain that it's not Halloween. It's like it's you know, like that makes a difference, right? It's the Halloween month, so I may do more just because I want to, because I can. This is my channel, and we all have choices. I have the choice to do it, and you have the choice not to watch. So there you have it. So anyway, to conclude, I hope I've been waffling on a little bit because I'm not running on a script here. But thank you to all the people who stayed with the channel, and it was a good way of weeding out. You know, at the time, you know, I've got over 1,300 subs, and it was a good way of weeding out the people, the fair weather subs, if you like, the people who like you when you're doing something wholesome, but when you try and change it up. You know, because people have complained to me that, Mark, you know, we thought you were a cookery channel. What's all this stuff going on about blackface? No, I'm not a cookery channel. I am a Mark's Remarks channel. It just happens that I do more cookery than anything else. I do my remarks on world events, crap that's happening during the around the country. They're more on the live. I do product reviews. I go out and feed the ducks. I do money saving tips. I'm not a cookery channel, so when I diversify into something else, it is what it is. It's me trying to make things interesting for you, trying to make things interesting for myself, you know, as well. I mean, it's not easy making 800 videos, you know, Christ. Trying to jazz it up a little bit and trying to make things different. You know, it's no good. I mean, no good doing the same thing I was doing 2 years ago. Keep on doing them now. It's going to get stale. So, anyway. So I guess the people who weren't really interested in something new, they just want the same old, they're gone. A few of them are gone. Some of them have told me they're gone, they come back, they still tell me, you know. But hopefully the ones I've got left are the ones who are true fans, who like a bit of diversity, a bit of controversial if you like. I don't particularly use that word controversial because it's just me being me. And hopefully I've managed to accumulate a few more subs who wouldn't normally come to the channel. But at the end of the day, it's freedom of choice. We all have choices to stay or go. And anyway, so painted blackface, old boggy Papa Lazu videos. That's why. And I'm going to go before I start waffling on even more. Anyway, so thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you to everybody for sticking around and being a true fan of the show. And that is all. Thank you very much.